Stand by, everybody. Check. Okay, we're live.
Check, we're live, everybody. Welcome to the Brian McCarthy interview show. I'm Brian. That's Adam to your right, my left, your right. If you're watching, he's over there.
Stage left.
Stage left. Welcome. If you are watching it to YouTube and Facebook, thank you for that. Like and share and subscribe and all that stupid bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Smash
Smash
that like button. And then, of course, if you're listening, it's a podcast. Thank you very much. And if you're on Patreon, well, then what can I say than
boy, howdy.
America needs more patriots like you.
Yes. You are basically a QAnon shaman.
That's right.
As far as we're concerned.
Yep. You put a little bleach. It gets rid of the COVID, or as we call it, the China flu.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, speaking of flu, so
Kung flu. Yeah, explain to the folks what just happened off camera.
Here's what happened. So Adam and I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little how we make the sausage here. So Adam comes. We do this from my apartment, and we do it from the house. Adam shows up. I will get us lunch. We share a sandwich because hello, swimsuit season,
Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah, exactly.
Meat in the middle. Passion and kissing.
Double meat. Don't mind if I do. So so we split a sandwich and then something else. So today I thought we'd do Cuban. Sometimes we'll do something different. It's not so gay, but so
we wore special hats.
Yeah, exactly. So we said Cuban. So I got Cuban sandwich. Then I got a side of
dressed like Fidel Castro.
Yeah, right. Poof, there's a takeover of my tummy, of a hostile. So we did that, and it was good. But as anyone can, I take Ozempic, and people always go, "Oh, does it make you queasy or throw up or blah blah blah?" And largely no, but the only times that I've ever had like a stomach issue or I've had to, maybe throw up, not to, spoil the lead here, but is like if I've eaten pepperoni or something, like some kind of weird, like spiced meat. And we got a little, chorizo, for those of you who maybe don't know, it's like a spiced meat. And so we had that as a sort of to complement our each half sandwich. And I ate it, and then I made a cappuccino, and I kind of chugged the cappuccino, and I was kind of like, this.
But you left the room, and you came back kind of concerned, and you said, "I think we're okay." And I had no idea what you were talking about.
I know. I didn't. Here's the thing:
is your wife gonna walk in on us? Are we doing something we're not supposed to be doing?
She'd be thrilled. She'd be like, "Oh my god, if you can get that thing hard, then I tell you, you're like Lazarus himself."
The relief. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because if you're not going to throw up, you don't want to tell somebody you're going to throw up because it might then make you throw up. So I was just I was right on, I was dancing on the edge of the blade there. I was like, am I going to throw up? I don't know. And then I walked back to the bathroom, and then I started mapping out which bathroom I would use.
Yeah, you got to go. You got
to
you got to be within striking distance.
Because also when I used to drink, I was a champion vomiter. So I'm very good at vomiting.
Mm-hmm.
I won.
We all kind of got our thing.
Yeah. In high school, I won least enamel on my teeth.
Right. Yours is getting rid of bile.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember when
after a weekend bender.
Yeah. When I used to drink, I could be walking down the street with somebody and just. I was like Lou Reed. Sure. I could just park between two cars and no one would even know. I could just a thin stream of stomach bile. Just So. I go to the bathroom. I come out, and Adam's watching me kind of walk around, and then I let him go. I told him, I said, because I'm always embarrassed because people go, "Oh, Ozempic, you're cheating," and I'm like, "Well, there's no side effects. How dare you?" I don't. Sure. Every time a dog barks, one of my nipples falls off. But I said it's fine. But then I got over here and over there, and then I got over on top of the sink, and the sink was a very inviting place to vomit.
Oh,
I mean, really big.
The siren song of the.
I mean, if you're going to throw up anywhere, especially because I have one of those sinks that has a metal grate in the bottom of it. So if so it's really the vomit will go
nice
through
mesh to catch.
Yeah. Well, it kind of it doesn't stay on the bottom of
course.
It's the perfect crime. So I was standing in front of the sink, and I was like,
it was begging for it.
Yeah. So I threw up. And then I threw up once, and I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty fine." And then I threw up 2 times, 3 times, and then all of the lunch. I wonder if I call seamless.
The whole lunch came up.
I think so, pretty much.
Wow.
I mean,
it wasn't. We didn't need a big.
Yeah,
exactly. Wasn't a big lunch.
Right. I feel like I should probably contact Grubhub and complain.
You think?
Imagine
full refund.
Imagine like
send him a screenshot of this.
Yeah.
Thank God I got that. I got that grade in.
Yeah, I know. You imagine like I call some call center in India and I'm like, I threw up lunch because I'm taking a diet drug and it made me throw up lunch, but I want my money back.
You know, the crazy thing about those delivery services is you probably would get some kind of a refund or
once upon a time
a coupon for the next order. It's they're kind of crazy.
I think COVID kind of fucked that up because I think it used to be like that. I know that like with DoorDash, I remember just a friend of mine being like, yeah, I was supposed to get 6 mozzarella sticks and the marinara sauce was cold. So I called DoorDash and now my kid's, going to Penn State for free or something. Right. But no, I don't. I'm not going to
own Grubhub.
Yeah, exactly. It's renamed Weinstein. Okay. So anyway, so I threw up. That's what happened. So, but I feel fine now. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like when you have too much booze and you get the spins and you throw up and you feel better.
Get right back in the game. But
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fire up the old seamless. Let's get another. Right.
I'm not at that level of getting back in the game, but I get to sleep.
Google
the room would stop spinning.
Google best spiced meats Upper East Side and see what comes up. Boy. I'm gonna throw up on the microphone. I'm not gonna throw up anymore.
It's done. Fine. I got a bunch more windscreens, so it's you go ahead and make a mess.
You will not be putting this in the top rack of the dishwasher.
That's yours.
Okay,
now.
Thank you. Okay,
mark that as Brian's.
If you're a member of Patreon, it's really give you the
Ooh,
vomited.
I sending people Shure dynamic microphones
like Trump, just little cut up pieces of the windscreen, filled with my Ozempic vial
on the back of the Brian McCarthy trading card.
Yep, here you go. Tops. Some people get chewing gum. You get
it.
Anyway, I'm fine. It's all gone.
But I woke up with vertigo. Did I tell you when I woke up with vertigo?
You woke up in bed with Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah.
But
I was similar. Like I went
and
threw up.
Now, for those of you who don't know, vertigo is when you feel like
I think
you're
it was
dizzy.
Vertigo.
You woke up dizzy?
Yeah. Well, it was so I had been. You remember a while back I had a really noisy neighbor.
Yes.
I had like a whole feud with my neighbor, and I finally got him to shut the fuck up. And but I would wear. This was the other day. This was probably a year ago.
Okay.
But I was wearing these like really really heavy duty earplugs. Because I'm a light sleeper.
Sure you are.
And I think like if you put them in too far, it disrupts some kind of
like
I don't know, ear crystals or something. Yeah,
that makes sense actually.
And I woke up and was like,
did you notice that because you tried to stand up or
I tried to stand up and I was like, well, I think I just even sat up. I think I sat up in bed, looked at my phone, and then it was just like all fucking blurry and weird. And then I tried to stand up and I think I almost fell back down. And then I had kind of some back and forth trying to stand up. And then if I stood up, I would immediately want to throw up.
We sound like a mess.
And it happened one time.
That was it. Did you, when you pulled them out, did you like an audible pop and like you remembered how to like speak again or
maybe?
Like when you pulled the
I had pulled them out and this all was happening when they were out. But yeah, now I don't really do earplugs.
That's crazy. I've done the thing where you sleep on the side of the bed and you're like on the edge and you feel like you're gonna fall off the bed. You know what I'm talking about? Like that.
Yeah. You ever actually fall out of bed?
Sure, but never. Yes, never.
Happened to me once as a kid on the top bunk.
Oh my God, really?
It was fucking weird.
Were you okay?
Yeah, it was fine, but you just kind of wake up on the floor. Like, you feel a little impact, but you're in dead sleep. Well, you wake up and you just go, what? How the hell did I get down here? You're just very confused.
Yeah, in a weird way, it's nice that you don't wake. Like, it's nice that you don't like wake up on the way down. That would be very traumatic. Yeah, you're like, yeah. You just kind of wake up after you fall. Like your body almost shuts down. Yeah, exactly. You look like Don Draper in Mad Men. Yeah. Yeah, no. But I've certainly fallen. I remember my mom's old house. She had a hot tub. In the backyard, kind of in the woods a little bit back there.
Ooh,
and
nice.
It's good. I only know
high school girls
happened. Right. Hey. Right. My mother's like, but you know where I put the lavender drops? Your stepfather and I are going to get into the
Wow.
The fuck soup.
Gonna get
Yeah.
tantric fuck soup
Yeah. Oh,
in the backyard. We're gonna throw in a
Probably.
little pan
Yeah,
flute
probably not
music
that. Yeah, Zamfir, master
oh
of the pan
man,
flute.
could you
Right.
imagine Lover?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
Will Ferrell
Yeah.
in the sketch.
Our faces glistening with goat meat.
Goat meat.
It's always funny.
When I take my lover in the
Yeah.
fuck soup.
So no, I remember we were in that with a bunch of my cousins had kids, and we were in the hot tub, like, I don't know, way too many kids, like 6 of us, 8 of us, 10 of us. My mom was there. All of a sudden, one of the kids, it must have been 7 maybe, just fell off the side of the hot tub and fell down like, I don't know, like 12 feet or 14 feet. And the kid fucking fell like down a cliff, but from the top of the deck all the way down into the cement. He was fine. I don't know. If you're gonna fall a lot, it's better to do it when you're a kid. Like,
sure.
So yeah, he was fine. I don't know. Kind of, we went down, but I remember he laid on his side like in a fetal position. We were all like, "Oh, is he fucking dead?"
Wow.
But, little fucker.
Well, it was like the time that I got mugged in front of my building.
Oh no.
I told you about this. Was years ago.
Okay.
This was pre-pandemic, just before that. It was like the February before the March or April where everything got closed down. But that kind of thing was because the guys came from behind, and like I didn't feel.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine I got socked, but I didn't feel it at first. So I just kind of woke up on the ground.
Wow.
It was like, how the hell did I get down?
Oh no.
How did I had a bag from Rite Aid full of miscellaneous.
Did they take your Rite Aid bag?
I couldn't find the Rite Aid bag. I don't maybe they took it. They got some Tums.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like,
and some beef jerky.
Got some sensor razors.
But
these niggas get paid.
They definitely got my wallet. But it was one of those weird things where you kind of like similar to falling off of a top bunk. You just wake up on the impact. So I think I don't know if I woke up when I hit the sidewalk, but it's just kind of a funny like confusion because you just go like, what the hell did I get? How did I get down here?
It's probably your brain like just kind of like shuts down for a second, like so it doesn't. Like it's almost like it trips a wire or something. Like it sparks out.
Because that situation, it was just it was just lights out. It wasn't. I didn't go ow.
Yeah, you didn't.
It was just.
I forgot about you getting mugged.
Yeah.
How much money did they get?
Like. I want to say like $240.
Wow. Why'd you have $240?
It was I had just come from the studio when I worked at the comic strip studio. And somebody paid me in cash that day, which doesn't usually happen.
Right.
I had and then I met a gal there.
Quite a day.
She met me and then we hung out and watched like a little bit of the comedy, had some drinks. And then so thankfully I paid for like some wine that we drank.
Okay.
So I got to spend some of the money.
Okay. So you maybe got paid $300.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, cash and I yelled. I was like, "Take the cash, leave!" I was like, "Leave the fucking," because there was shit in my wallet that I needed. So
did you hold on? So they hit you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
You woke up, but did you wake up to see them running away?
No, I woke up to them still hitting me.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Were they?
That was how I put it together. What had happened? I was like, there was 2 large gentlemen.
Were they yelling while they were hitting you, or were they being very quiet?
Yeah, they were saying. And the guy, it's weird that like in the moment, because I already could feel my wallet was gone.
Sure.
Wallet was gone, and they came back to try to wrestle my phone away.
Oh no!
And he said, "Give me your fucking phone. Give me your fucking phone." And I had the foresight in the moment to be like, yeah, I can't lose my phone too because I gotta like cancel, credit cards and whatever. And so
not today, motherfucker.
Not today, motherfucker. And so and he didn't really have it, but I remember just saying, my phone's upstairs. I don't have a phone. I don't have my phone.
Oh,
and then he fucking ran away after we kind of tussled a little bit. But then the punches stopped happening. So
once
they ran away. But then I yelled. I was like, "Take the cash!"
Right, leave.
Because I'm like, I don't give. Yeah, leave the cannolis.
What did they leave the wallet or no? Took the whole thing?
No, I mean, I never found it.
These guys sound really inconsiderate.
Really inconsiderate.
Yeah. You're like, leave the ID and the insurance card.
Well, and the funny thing is, I'm not really a person that I don't know if I would have even really told anybody. But the SD cards from like I had one of those Zoom recorder, the Zoom recorder we're using right now. I would just leave that in the studio and I would take the SD cards. So I had a backup and the real one.
Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But I put both of them in my wallet.
Oh.
So because the idea is if one of the recorders fails, you have a backup.
Sure.
But you don't think, what if you get
mugged?
What if you get mugged in front of your building? So
Wow.
both of the recordings. So I had to tell a few people, I was like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I lost the recording because it wasn't anything super important.
They looked at your arm and you have fresh track marks. They're like, is Adam doing heroin?
Also, what happened to your microwave?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just an empty spot.
You're like, I lost my SD cards. And anybody want to buy a PlayStation 2?
It was a built-in.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, right.
Fucking weird. But the whole story to be like, you wake up just kind of on the ground. Like, and anytime something like that happens, you just go, oh my God, why am I on the ground? You don't feel the fall or whatever.
It's funny. My friend used to park his car on the street, and this is back in the 90s, and they actually sold at bodegas, which is like a deli if you don't live in New York, and they sold these signs. They said nothing in car. So so you park your car. You could buy it.
Nothing in car.
You could just buy it.
They sold them in broken English.
Yeah, nothing in car.
Nothing in car.
Yeah, car spelled with an exclamation point. Nothing in car. So you could go to like a bodega, and at the front where the register was, they'd have like bullshit and you could go buy these signs. And what you would do is when you parked your car on the street, you would just put that sign on your, letting people know, because they would they would like smash and grab windows, and this is like they're like saying to the person who might do it, like, hey, there's nothing in the car anyway, don't waste your time. And then so my friend had one of those signs, and then he bought this giant crucifix, and I was like, who do you think is breaking into your car? Dracula? Like, I mean, but he would say to me,
hang some garlic.
Yeah, this is a little racist, but he would always go, well, the majority of people that break into cars are Puerto Rican, which this is a different time.
This is back when
the Sharks were an issue.
The
Jets and the Sharks were a big problem. And he said, so his thought was, if the people breaking into the car saw a big crucifix,
they would go.
They'd be like, no.
Yeah, they would think of what their grandmother would. Think.
Yeah. So it kind of.
I mean, listen, it can't hurt unless like. It's Bill Maher or something and then or like a real somebody that's like a real atheist
or
then they will break it,
or a roving Satanist nihilist,
or a roving Satanist
they break
heroin addict.
They break into your car and all they do is turn the crucifix upside down. You're like, oh, okay, because that's what Satanists do. Yeah, so I always thought that was funny. He'd be like, and then I asked kind of other people, and that's apparently like that's kind of a thing. Like people are like, oh yeah,
put a crucifix,
or something vaguely religious. You know what I mean?
What if you put a Puerto Rican flag?
It's a very good question.
And because you see that in cars a lot of times.
But then if you do that, then maybe somebody's like, maybe they're Dominican. They're like, fuck this guy, fuck this Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? I think
you gotta kind of hedge.
Yeah, you're just going with the crucifix. You're like, look, I'm Catholic. You're Catholic.
Okay,
keep moving. Let's call the whole thing off. I told you that one time that guy, Dimitri, this guy, the guy that I was like his boy toy for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. We were driving in his car.
He would buy you Chinese food.
He'd buy me Chinese food.
He would ply you with Kung Pao chicken.
He took me to St. Martin. We went to St. Martin together.
Right.
We went on a Caribbean vacation.
And he didn't lay a finger on you.
No.
You just had like a weird.
He wanted to take pictures of me in my underwear.
Do you think he ever like peeked through a keyhole?
I don't think he peeked through a keyhole
real quick.
He started to get like in the very beginning. It was like I think he was trying to groom me.
Yes.
And because I was 18, I was barely 18, and I was broke as shit. Like
talk slower.
And yeah, exactly. And
barely.
So he was barely 18, barely legal. I remember he did like this porn. I remember staying in his apartment once or twice out in New Jersey. And he had these VHS tapes called the YMAC, which was the Young Man's Action Club. And there was a series of porn.
That's got to be the title.
Okay, it sounds good. But the Young Man's Action Club was his favorite like series of porn. And I would stay out of this place in New Jersey. I only like a couple of times, but in the beginning, it was kind of like, hey, like, although he started off guns blazing because after our first rehearsal, he was like, hey, let's go have Chinese food at my parents' house in New Jersey. And I don't think I'd eaten all day. So I was like, yeah, that sounds
hell
good.
Yeah, I'll cross state lines.
I'll suck your dick for a spring roll. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, slow it down. It's a wonton soup. I'm like, yeah, you want some of this wonton poop?
Yeah, it's gonna be egg drop when I'm done with you, pal.
You're gonna get some wonton poop on your dick. So I remember we got, and then after we ate, he was like, you want to take a hot tub? And I was kind of like, okay. And then I got in my underwear, and he comes over, and he was completely naked.
Really?
And he got in the hot tub.
He would go in completely in the nude. Wow.
Well,
and he was a big fella, right?
He was a heavy set gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And then so that happened, and then once he came on kind of strong in the beginning, and then like after that, like we didn't. It was just like after we would have our rehearsal for this show, Co-ed Prison Sluts, the musical.
Yeah.
After that, then we would just go into the West Village and have like Thai food, or we go to these various restaurants because he was a heavy guy, so he knew good food.
And that's great because then hanging out with him, you're gonna get some meals.
Yes, exactly. And so we would do that, and we didn't go back to New Jersey. But then by the time we got to like St. Martin, he was kind of like, all right, let me suck your dick.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe you went all the way to St. Martin with him.
Yeah, well, and it was funny too, because I remember the resort was like really family friendly. So it was like a bunch of like, Jews from the tri-state area, and Dimitri and I. So it's like, we definitely look like, I look like his little twink boy toy.
Yeah.
He would just sit on the beach, like, covered in like loose fitting linen robes,
Well,
like
you fed him grapes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Marlon Brando from the island of Dr. Moreau, and I'd be frolicking in the water with a bunch of 11-year-olds from Livingston, New Jersey.
While you were being indoctrinated into the action club.
Yeah.
The young boys action club.
Young man's
action club.
Well, the premise.
Yeah, boys, that's gonna.
Yeah, that'll get you in trouble.
Bad connotation.
Yeah, you know what they say, 12 will get you 20.
Yeah.
But he would, the Young Men's Action Club, the videos were, guys that looked really young. That's always what I say Jeffrey Epstein should have done. Just like,
I mean, listen, in a perfect world, you have unlimited resources. You can kind of synthesize a situation that could kind of, I don't know, at least be methadone for whatever you're craving.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But they never do it. I mean, same with Cosby. It's like, just make them pretend like they're sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's some more money than pretend you're sleepy, and I'll give the cappuccino.
Or do a better job of, covering your tracks.
Do you remember I heard about Cosby that like apparently when he would be on the set of the Cosby Show, which they shot in Queens.
Did they?
Yeah.
At
Steinway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
At
Kaufman Studios.
Yeah. Story of Kaufman.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
Sesame Street too. I know that.
It was one of the few sitcoms that was actually shot in New York in the 80s, I believe. I mean, it kind of had to be.
Wow.
But I remember they would say like they'd be shooting, and then at one point, all like 6 or 7 Asian women would show up and just go into his trailer, and he was giving them acting lessons.
7.
Like what?
Oh, that's
they all just kind of filed in one after
great.
Another. Like his, hey, Mr. Cosby,
acting lessons.
Don't bother, Mr. Whatever you hear, Mr. Cosby's trailer, you just hear the frothing of a cappuccino machine, like
white noise to drown out.
Well, more like yellow noise. Am I right? Anybody?
Okay.
Hello.
Here we go.
The Rishi is so shreepy. I'm so shreepy now, Mr.
It's
Mr.
crazy
Cosby.
then to really know that what was happening in the trailer, that was just kind of elective. He was just warming up for the real demons later that night.
Yeah. I mean, it was like it was an appetizer for his unhinged sexual appetite.
Little crab rangoon, if you will.
You know what's crazy about that is like that's why like when you ever hear anybody who like is like if you tell me somebody's like I'm America's dad, I'm like, oh yeah, you're up to some shit.
You've got some dark.
You've got some
either
dark
you're
secrets.
Danny Tanner and you're like doing filthy comedy to compensate for, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, ooh, he's
Bob
real
Saget.
dirty. Yeah, he's real dirty.
Like,
or you're
like I know
giving women quaaludes.
like there's a guy sort of in my orbit. He's a I don't want to. He's a kind of a blind. He's like a blind
Anesthesiologist.
No, he has a thing with like equipment and blind equipment and
Sure.
and
Yeah.
he's a guy that I've bought some stuff from him, and not in a couple of years, but I remember going out to his car with him to help him like get some stuff out of his car, and he had this big like he lived like up in Orange County. For those of you who don't know, in New York, that's like 50 miles.
Orange County here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The OC. No,
Not
that's like 50
County.
miles north of New York. As a matter of fact, if you remember that Orange City Choppers, it
Sure.
was that. Yeah. So it's like it's like as far north as you can go in New York and still kind of be in the suburbs, and then after that, it's like the Catskills, and then it's I don't know Narnia or Canada or something. So anyway, but it's a hike to get there. It's like one of my doormen, he lives in Orange County, and you know, it's
Really?
fucking, yeah. You know, Daryl.
He does.
Yeah.
Wow. Commutes all the way down from.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I get you're uptown, so that, you know.
I mean,
I guess
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, if you want to, here's the thing: you get a lot of house up there, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess it depends on how far you go up. Once you put, I've never looked that far up, but
It's pretty
if you
far,
go just
dude.
outside, you don't.
No,
Yeah.
no. This is like, I mean, for those of you, hey, it's Brian and Adam talking New
Real
York
estate,
County.
yeah, real estate.
No, but Westchester
corner.
is very expensive.
Yeah.
But then on top of Westchester, you'd have, you know, where the Tappan Zee is, where the fuck that,
Okay.
whatever that is called. But no, Orange County's pretty far. I mean, there's
Okay.
like farms and
I'm
shit.
actually gonna
There's
look.
like farms and stuff.
Curious.
All right.
now.
What are you looking for? A ranch? You want a split level, colonial?
No,
What are you
I'm not looking for. But I mean,
eat-in kitchen, open concept.
I just want to see how far up Orange County is.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so this guy, I go out to his car and he's got this big, like one of those oval stickers on the back. And it's like, it said like, I break for field hockey. And I was like, field hockey. He was like, oh yeah, I've been a field hockey coach for 25 years or something. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And I said, I'm farting. Sorry.
And he's got no kids.
Yeah, he has no kids.
Oh no.
And field hockey, if those of you who don't know,
shit.
that's like a girl sport, you know. It's like you wear like a skirt and you have a big hot field hockey stick thing and a hard ball and you run around. So I can see there isn't, if that's your thing, there is an erotic element to field hockey, I would imagine.
I guess you could be into the sport, right?
I mean, that's kind of like if you're a gay guy and you teach like water polo. I mean, I don't know, I guess, but there's got to be an element.
Let's all take a shower.
Yeah, boys.
Right.
What's
his name? Rob Schneider, and when he's dressed up as a girl on SNL, we should probably all test out the shower. Like, why the fuck?
Well, like
we just met.
Well, like Mitch, you know, my old manager who calls in from time to time. You know, we go to him we go in for gay questions.
Whenever we have a very gay counterculture, we call Mitch.
Mitch, sorry, I know we haven't talked in 8 months. Can you fuck a guy's dick hole if he's hard, or does he have to be soft?
Explain, how sounding works.
Yeah,
to us
yeah, exactly.
With sock puppets.
If you tear your urethra, do you have to go to the hospital for that, or can you just mush it with your fingers and it'll just kind of heal on the edges?
Right.
No, but Mitch told me that he was actually at his daughter's high school. He was the water polo coach. That's why I remember this. Actually, one of the parents got upset and got him fired. And then Rob Reiner, it's a whole crazy story. I know.
Kind of a fucking Mad Libs is the.
Okay.
Then Rob
Reiner
came in dressed as Darth Vader.
Meathead, Meathead, get out of there. Right. Bill Cosby showed up with a bunch of Oriental flight attendants. Right. Mr. Cosby.
To teach them Meisner technique.
Why I wake up on floor?
You're gonna get a little sleepy.
Yeah.
That means you're in character.
Yeah. Act like you just got raped. Right. Here's your motivation. Like, you're covered in my cum.
Yeah. Why is it always that?
Yeah. Oh, every scene end with Shakespeare.
I was gonna
lot
say,
of lape in Shakespeare. No. What had happened was so Mitch, and I'm actually not even fucking up this story.
Okay.
Mitch was Mitch was teaching. And Mitch is openly gay. Husband and all that bullshit.
It's what you're looking for in a water polo teacher, a girl's water polo coach.
Boys water polo.
Was it boys?
Yes.
No.
That's the issue, as I remember it. So what happened was he was He was the varsity water polo coach for the high school, and one of the parents of the boys, this is back on MySpace, went on his MySpace page, found a picture of him, and I swear to God, I'm not fucking this up. I almost want to call Mitch. It was a picture of him in a picture with a drag queen, and he's pretending to blow a corn dog, like in the picture.
Right. Pretty tame.
A silly picture. It's a silly MySpace gay picture. Well, this parent printed out the photograph and mailed it to all the other parents and was like, do we really want this guy, teaching our kids water polo and whatever it was?
Wait, but now he has a daughter, you said? Or he has a son.
He had a daughter
at the school.
Yes, exactly.
But she wasn't a boys water polo.
No, she was
player.
not.
Okay.
No, she was not. No. So anyway,
you could see where
Mitch got fired, and this was over 10 years ago, back when they were doing that. California was the first state to let gay people get married, and this is during the Defense of Marriage Act, and they had like gay marriage was legal, and then it was made illegal, and then they were going to make it legal again, and so apparently, so Mitch gets fired, and he gets some press about it. And he gets a phone call one day, and it's fucking Rob Reiner. Now, for those of you who don't know, Rob Reiner was the director of Spinal Tap and Everyone Loves Noah. And but he also directed Stand By Me. But he also
Stand By Me.
He was also
said that really
very Jewish. Stand By Me.
Would you like to watch Stand By Me?
Stand in front of me because there's a breeze. If I get a
whatever
cold,
you do, don't stand by.
Yeah,
and let it happen.
Yeah. Put your arm around me. I want to feel cuddled. So he was also Meathead on All in the Family.
Sure.
So very famous guy. So Rob Reiner, and he's also like one of these like Hollywood activist guys. And he calls Mitch, and he's like, I know what happened, and I'm very involved in the Defense of Marriage Act. And he was like, I want to bankroll your attorney, and we're going to sue the school district. So Rob Reiner paid for Mitch's his legal campaign to get reinstated on the the water polo.
But now, so this was because I think of that as like being almost like a volunteer position or something. But was this his actual job? He was a water polo coach.
I believe if he wasn't getting paid. Yeah, he wasn't getting paid, but he was allowed to drink the water that the boys played in.
Take home as much pool water.
Yeah. Afterwards, if he drained the filters, he could keep all the pubic hair.
He had a bladder full of pool water in his trunk.
Exactly. No, a couple of things.
Boda bag while he's
exactly. Shower time. But right. Guys, just use my forearm as a loofah. No, but here's the thing. It was either a paid position or even though it was volunteer, he still got fired. And there was some law, like you can't get fired even from a volunteer position if it's because of your sexuality. That's kind of the argument was like,
great.
So he got reinstated as the water polo coach. If I was him, I would have showed up looking like the Rob, the guy from Judas Priest. I would have showed up in like a leather daddy, like, okay, you little faggot.
Yeah, for sure.
Get back
with like a
ball gag.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those whip.
Yeah. Just a belt full
leather
of like,
whip things.
Or like I'm wearing water wings with butt plugs attached to them. You know, I'm still going to float. I'm so gay. I can't drown.
Right.
Right. I'm like Ursula from fucking Little Mermaid.
My thing is like when there's a campaign to get me fired because I'm too gay for boys water polo. Do I want to go back and work with this?
Well, I think
group of parents again. I feel like that would be a bit uncomfortable.
Well, Mitch is in show business, right? I mean, God, he was my manager. I mean, that's how much more high profile can you get?
Baby, commissions and things of that nature.
I always picture That Thing You Do. Remember that movie, That Thing You Do?
Sure, I think.
The name of the Wonders. And they get their first manager is a guy in an RV.
Okay,
that's who made him Chili.
I ever saw that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's actually a great movie. But anyway, Well, Mitch, so I think if Rob Reiner calls you and is like, "Hey, I've got $100 million,"
Yeah, you got to
and
take him up
you
on that. I
gotta-
mean, really, just even for the story.
it's a
Like,
cause célèbre,
yeah,
and also
right.
the reason why there is precedent because Rob Reiner apparently was instrumental in getting smoking banned in California.
Okay.
So he gets these sort of pet causes. And as a matter of fact, there's an episode of South Park where they make fun of Rob Reiner
Okay.
because he's such a busybody.
Yes.
And he like gets in there, and there's some episode where he's like trying to get something banned, and Rob Reiner is this big fat guy, and blah blah blah. I don't know. He looks like Jabba the Hutt or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he got him back on the team. So, but I did ask Mitch. So, and I think it was only like it was probably like the end of the season. By the time, like, here's the thing: by the time you get fired for having a picture of you blowing a corn dog with a drag queen. By the way, I've seen the picture. It's a pretty funny picture.
Can I guy blow corn?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize we were in Nazi Germany.
Right.
By the time you get fired from that, you get the letter from the school. Now you're probably sitting at home just tearing through pints of Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
You know, just looking at like a drying Speedo in your shower stall. Like those days are over.
Right.
I wonder if Mitch dressed like the boys. You know, hey guys, I am. What's that football movie from Texas?
Oh, Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, what do they all say? I am something. They all
I
say,
don't know.
They all say they're like the team. He's like, I am the manatees.
Okay, and this is James Vanderbeek. And,
yeah, something like that.
Think,
anyway,
right?
I don't know. Anyway, right.
I saw that movie years ago.
Okay.
Good movie.
Yeah. There's a okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm all over the place, but sorry guys, I'm very.
We're meandering.
I threw up a lot before the show started, and so funny. My stomach, I feel so empty.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, you are.
I can see how becoming like a bulimic can become addictive because do I say that word? Bulimic.
It's good.
Yeah, I can see how that happens because afterwards you feel so strangely evacuated. It's like
right.
It's like people that like to have like a clean, house or something. I'm like, oh, I have nothing in me. Anyway, so if you get a call from Rob Reiner to do this and he says, I wanted, but then it was funny because I asked Mitch, like, kind of while this is all going on or at the end of it, I was like, well, let me ask you a question. I'm like, varsity water polo, there had to be a couple of like guys that were 18 on the team, like,
sure,
right? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I got to tell you, he's like, when I saw those, like, when you see an 18-year-old, let's just call him a young man. When an 18-year-old young man like stuffing his cock into a Speedo, like it is pretty much like the gay fantasy,
right?
Like, so I get it, I get it. Like I can see how you would hate being attracted to it, but it's got to like cross your mind.
Yeah, like if I coached the fucking like high school swim team.
Well, it's like this blind water. It's like the field hockey guy. And then the field hockey guy, just to get back to him, I said to him, I remember I was like, oh, you like field hockey? He's like, oh, I've been a coach for 25 years. And I was like, oh, like, do you have a daughter? He's like, oh yeah, she died in a fire. No, he didn't say that. But no, but he was like, no, I just like love water. I love water polo. I love field hockey. And I was kind of like, it's a weird thing to say. And then like the next time I saw him, I guess he had like Googled me or something. And then he was in my apartment and we were talking about some accessibility things. And he said something along the lines of like, yeah, nothing better than like getting your cock sucked. And I was like, that's a weird thing to say.
Wow.
Well, sometimes people,
out of context.
Well, I think it was just like, I think sometimes people want to like, because of, I don't know, maybe because I'm dirty or whatever, people want to be like dirty too or something. But knowing that, like,
nothing better than I feel like he may have been angling towards something else.
Yeah. Hey, I got this guy Dimitri. You want to get?
I feel like this.
Get a plate of spare ribs
was this Dimitri?
I remember we did
2.0.
I remember with Dimitri. I remember eating some spare ribs just with my feet in the hot tub. Like he kind of like got me. We gradually got in the hot tub.
Spare ribs with your feet.
Okay, no. Sorry. What I mean is we got out to New Jersey. And we got out there, and Dimitri was like, "Hey, let's get Chinese food to pick up, takeout."
Okay.
And I was like, "It's a great idea." So we get Chinese takeout. We bring back all this food, And then we're eating in the backyard, and it's a big house out in New Jersey somewhere. And then he's like, "Hey, let's go over by the hot tub." And then he's like, "Oh, let's put our feet in the water." But I was still like eating spare ribs, so I had my feet in the water.
Slowly getting you
Yes,
wet.
He was definitely
one way or another.
Yeah, it's definitely like right. At a certain point, he's just like tossing fantail shrimp into my mouth, as we're both bobbing around in the water. I dropped my fortune cookie in the boiling, frothing water. Let me grab it out. Here's the fortune. Get out of the hot tub. Here's the fortune. You're gonna get your dick sucked by this guy.
Cautionary fortunes.
Yeah, I'm like, why is my fortune paper?
The fucking it's the Chinese delivery guy that's used to him plying young men with. So the fortune cookie guy's like actually stuffing fortunes in.
Mr. Dimitri, another victim for you.
You're like, why do I keep getting like why is there hotlines?
Yeah, exactly.
In my fortune.
Confucius say, spider catch not a fly in web.
Yes.
Web of hot tub. Hot tub web.
My fortune is don't do anything you don't want to.
Yeah. All right. Fortune is get a safe word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, again, and then the last time I had like a legitimate interaction with Dimitri was like it was like 5 years later when I was living in Miami. And at this point, Dimitri had completely come out of the closet, or at the very least had stopped saying he was bisexual. That's why like I maintain.
Like I always love that gay light.
Yeah.
They're not quite ready to pull the trigger. I'm sorry.
Bisexual. I can honestly, but this is going to come off. This comes off.
Listen, say it.
Okay.
You've just vomited in front of me 3 times. I feel like we're much closer.
Adjacent.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you think, imagine if I was like, let's kiss now. You're like, no. By the way, I mean, no in principle, but no, your mouth, you smell like Cuban.
Gargle this first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chimichurri burps.
Right. Spicy mustard. And
oh, okay. Easy. Quiet you.
Stomach inside.
Yeah. Quiet you. But I was telling Adam though, when I used to, when I used to drink, when I was an active alcoholic, thank you very much, I could like vomit walking down the street and never even know I did it. I could do it a thin stream, like ooh, like the Trevi Fountain, like a little boy fountain, like a cherub or something, in some courtyard in the Medici Palace. So I was moving down to so bisexual, like. I do believe that there are women, like when I didn't mention this on the show last week, but I went to Gallagher's last Friday with my friend and his wife and
me.
You popped by. I didn't go with you, but you showed up.
I made a cameo in that. You went with them. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I popped in for an hour.
Yeah, you popped in and But one of the girl that was with us on our little field trip, she got it. She really likes girls and she also likes guys.
The single gal.
Yes.
The one that was on the show.
Lauren. That's right.
Yeah, she's a fun one.
She's a lot of fun. She's great. So she was really cool. And she went, matter of fact, I bought her a dance and she came back downstairs and she was like, wow. She's like, oh,
changed woman.
Fucking pussy so wet. No, she didn't say that. But she was
fire.
She was all worked up a little bit,
Nice.
And the girl that gave her a dance is Colombian girl, really hot, who had washboard abs. And then you told me.
Yeah, she was svelte.
Yeah. You told me those washboard abs could be like augmented with surgery.
I said that?
Didn't you tell me that? Didn't you talk about, weren't we talking about plastic surgery and how girls can get like 6-packs put? Oh no, it was my trainer.
I do know that that's a thing. Yeah, you can get etched in abs, which is just crazy. Like it's not fair.
That's a lot.
Like you got to work for those.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not that. I mean, you can do it.
I love my shortcuts as like anybody. But
the guy I was telling you that does the fucking
the nipple,
removes the man boobs.
Yes.
He also does like etched. He'll make you look all fucking muscular.
Jesus Christ.
So stupid.
It is stupid. But no, according to Derek, my trainer, because I was telling him about this girl, and he was telling me, Derek was like, oh yeah, these Colombian girls, they get like stomach, I don't know if they're implants or not, but some sort of piece of like silicone underneath the skin to look like a washboard ab. I was like, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, the Colombian ladies, it's a lot of Latin American chicks, but it's really big in Colombia. They do they take it really to an extreme, which is crazy because when I first moved to Queens and I'm like walking around Jackson Heights and I'm seeing these women, like I'm, fresh off the turnip truck. I didn't know. I'm like, I thought they just were as God made them. I had no idea that it was such a cultural thing.
Yeah, no, it's funny too. Like they live in a house with a dirt floor and they're like, oh, have you seen my new stomach?
Well, but part of it too is they do the BBL and they suck all the fat out of so they do kind of have, you can have almost washboard abs.
Yeah, but I think what Derek was talking about was an actual, like a
when
stomach
they actually
implant.
Them.
Well, no, like putting in a piece of silicone, like a piece of actual
I'm not familiar with that
rubber
process.
that you put over whatever is there, and it looks like that's what I understood it to be.
Plate.
Yeah, like
a
silicone plate of abs. So
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've heard where they actually, the guy I met, they etch pectorals just to give you more definition. If you can't get it yourself.
Right. All right. Well, that's another way to. I'm sure there's all kind of things.
But I've never heard of them putting something in.
Yeah, he said
it's like an ice cube tray on their.
Kind of. Yeah. Like sort of. Like because he was telling me
weird.
Because actually, there was one of the girls as a Gallagher's, another Colombian girl who was going around. She was dancing. She came around and I said, I always like to sound like an old Jewish guy. I went, "You have a very nice tuchus." And she looked over at me and she goes, "All natural, baby." So I guess she was saying that she doesn't have an ass implant.
Yeah.
So, if you can put a big implant in someone's butt cheek, it makes sense. You could put a piece of fucking silicone washboard.
Well, now they do it. It's so they do such a good job. They don't really need the implant anymore. They just do the transfer.
Okay.
They just take it from another part of you until you're nothing but ass. Like you.
Just all of
90% of your body fat is just in your ass. Dare I say, it's gone too far in some cases.
Yeah.
When women start to look like a tooth. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's too much.
They're so scooped out.
Yeah.
And then like you can see like their hip bone and then it just goes down. Like that's where it gets weird.
Yeah, especially because like at some point, kind of like how skinny jeans have kind of gone out of fashion. Like at some point, these asses, it's going to go back to tits or something. You know what I mean?
Well, they're saying that maybe tits are having a renaissance.
Oh, nice.
Or they're coming back.
Okay.
I was just telling you before. I mean, I'm known, publicly I'm known as an ass man.
Yes.
But with tits were my first love, and I still love them.
Yeah,
I like to have both.
Yes, well, I mean
a left one and a right.
Yeah, like a left one and a right. I like both lefts on the left. I just like two tits on the side. That's it. And on the right,
buy your gals at Marshall's.
On the right, nothing but scar tissue, just from her neck all the way down to her stomach. Right. That's it, like a fire burn. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but anyway, the bisexual thing, like I can see how women are bisexual. Like I do get it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But
I'm with you on this. I'm old fashioned in that sense. Guys, that's just not ready to be fully gay yet.
Yes,
it happens.
It does happen.
Occasionally, there's like there's like an Ian Fidance or whatever where they claim to be truly bisexual. Yeah. I mean, I think it's possible, but
I do too. I see people that are like, people are like, I'm just a sensualist, and they get in there. I guess there is like the unicorn out there of a guy that's like, I don't care if it's a vagina or an asshole. I don't know. It's you either like one or the other. Like, I mean, I can't.
I mean, a tight opening.
Yeah, but it's the dynamics of it. Like, I don't know. Like, I still maintain like when Joe was with that transgendered girl, like I talk to Joe, all the time. We don't talk about that all the time, but
every Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday. Fireside chat with Joe DeRosa. Joe, what was it like jerking that girl off? Mm-hmm. Tell me again. Tell me the story again, Father. Tell me, Father, about the lambs. No, so, but like, if I had a girl, like a really beautiful girl, and she was naked, and then she had like a big fucking cock dangling between her legs, I'd be like, all right, it's going to be an issue. I don't know. I better be on some major drugs. I don't know, like enough ecstasy to to stop to join Joy Division.
Right.
Just like, whoa. I just feel like that would be something. Oh, by the way, I found another very unusual, or not unusual, but a kind of like a Trojan horse genre of porn.
Oh, do tell.
Okay. So I was doing my mompov.com deep dive, which
Love
again,
it.
I found like a guy that has been like fishing the same lake for 30 years. And
Yes.
I found a
I'm
new
kind of like
area.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of in that same.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
like, the perch here is, well, they're as big as lake trout. These perch
Mhm.
are. You put your line in the water. You don't even need a lure. They jump right into the boat. They do. So but I found but this is called hot. This is called like something about hot guys. Which number one, that should be a bit of a red
Oh
flag.
wait,
Yeah.
I think is it like I've stumbled into this too before,
Yes.
and I felt so weird, and
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
But it's tricky because
It's called like hot guys fuck.
yes,
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
Yes, it is, sir.
It's and
Very-
just to explain, this is from my perspective in the snapshot that I got over
The snapshot
4.5
yeah,
hours
of just
while my girlfriend was at
Yeah.
Trader Joe's. Is that it's hunky guys, and
Yes.
it's a little more like it's straight porn.
yes,
but it's a little more focused on the man.
yes.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I once I realized what the focus was, I was like, I couldn't.
Okay,
I couldn't.
and a
do
couple of
it.
things.
Even though the girl was very attractive, I was like, I
Hot-
can't. I'll find her in a different scene.
yeah, you almost say to yourself, like, number one, when you watch it, if you don't know it's called Hot Guys, within about 30 seconds, you're like, something's off here. Like you just noticed. There's a feeling in the room. It's like it's kind of like like Jurassic Park when you could see the water like shaking in the glass.
Yes.
You're like, what is different about this particular?
This man
'cause
seemed
there's-
groomed.
There's a hot girl there. She's excited
well.
for this guy, but she's licking his biceps. Like it just seems
Oh,
like
I didn't even get
well,
that far.
uh-huh.
Okay,
But I'm because
because
yeah,
I
it came at me. Well, because it opened and the guy off camera is way too chatty, but he's not chatty about the girl. He's as excited.
He wants to talk to Blake.
Yeah. So Sheldon
about wakeboarding.
So Sheldon, how do you like living in North Hollywood? That's
Yes.
pretty cool. Moved here. Yeah, I'm from Ohio, about an hour outside of Cleveland, but it's not really like a suburb because a lot of small towns around there.
Sure.
You ever heard of I fucked it up. What's the big amusement park out there? It's on a
I don't know.
It's on an island outside of Cleveland. God damn it.
Island outside of Cleveland.
Yeah, go and look it up. You'll find it.
What?
Yeah.
How is there?
I wanna
like
go.
in the Great Lakes.
If you look up
I'm gonna look up
Cleveland
amusement park.
on an island.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm not Dorney Park because that's where what's his name loves to go because he gets free hot dogs that he sits on because what's his name stinks. Not Dorney Park, Action Park, no.
Cedar Point.
Yeah, Cedar Point.
Okay.
That's what it is. Cedar Point.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I bet if you and I went to
I
Cedar,
gotta look on a map and see where that is.
I bet if you and I went to Cedar Point, we'd be the thinnest people there by about 300 pounds.
Ooh, let's do it.
I know they have like
We'll be the hot guys of that park.
yeah, some guy we get scouted by some guy who shows up like on a rascal. Hi guys, I've got 3 years to live. That seems like a lot of time to live. I don't
Right.
know if I even have 3 years.
Well, it's on Sandusky Drive.
I guess so. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, I did not realize it was an. Okay, so it's an island in Lake Erie. Okay.
I think it's adorable that this is in the Midwest and your hackles are up a little bit. You're like, how did I not know about this?
Nah, I
magical
don't know
place?
about that part of it. I'm from way further over.
I know you're like, this is practically Rhode Island for me.
I'm from damn near Canada.
Yeah. So anyway, but this hot guy's fucking stuff is like it opens up and the guy is talking to the girl and she's like, he's like,
I just love that you accidentally stumbled across this.
yeah, you did too.
And got the creeps
Yeah.
in the same
Yeah,
way.
you did too. We both like
The creeps, and I'm using air quotes for the audio
Yeah.
listener.
the creeps, meaning a cramp in my arm from coming so much.
Yes.
Well, it's just kind of funny because the guy's off camera, kind of like mom POV, but the mom POV guy, well, there's only one woman off camera and it's him, but the guy off camera is like, hey, Sandy, like he barely even talks to the girl. He's kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, him. Oh, again, there's the only way I can see this guy naked. And then the guy kind of comes in and he is dressed like, I'll just say it. He's dressed like he's a member of the Young Men's Action Club.
Okay.
And this is almost like watching a guy who's like, you've heard of Gay for Pay? It's like straight for pay.
Definitely.
Like, and the guy's in, like you said, he's way too groomed. He's a very attractive man, but he's a man. And then the guy is like, the guy literally, you can almost, it's an imperceptible shift from both of them to almost like the girl is almost not even in the picture. Like the camera kind of moves over a little bit. And you only see like once in a while, it's almost like the girl knows it. She's trying to get in the frame. Right. He's like, ugh, honey, I'm working here, sweetheart. Don't worry. You'll get on that baloney pony.
Hilarious.
That's eventually. So then it pulls back, but the whole time it's like, okay, Tommy, so, what's your workout regimen? Like, where do you, do you like, you look a little stiff leg
Yeah, he's
day.
probably a trainer too.
Yeah, like and when they start having sex, the sex that you watch, it's like the opposite of POV. It's like all the dude
POV if they flip the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
looking up.
It's like POV where the guy with the camera is only watching the man fuck this woman, and once in a while she gets in the frame. Yeah. So I don't. So it's kind of it's like gay. It's like starter gay porn.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like something you'd watch and be
Gateway.
Like, yeah,
Gateway.
This is kind of interesting. There's one thing I don't like about this. Oh yeah, the girl.
Something about this is icky. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it.
I feel like next time I watch this, maybe I'll just watch Hot Guys Fucking for Reals.com or something. So yeah, it's just it really is something. And I love that you also heard about it.
Yes. Let's go around the horn and say hi to some folks. And then
and super quick, let me just a little business. Yeah. So I have the hard copies of the headshots. So if you are not a Patreon member, and you want a headshot, listen, personalized no less. I was talking to my wife this morning about things that I could think, because I will, I'm going to sign them with something dumb, sure. And I was running some of them by her, and she's like, that's too many words. So I was like,
too many words.
Well, because I'm a very loquacious guy.
I mean, I think that's part of what makes it funny is the whole fucking all the space will be filled with.
Okay, then you know what? That's my instinct too. You're right. Yes. All right, I'm going to tell Yoko Ono to cool her jets.
Tell her to fucking
relax.
Right.
All right, I think you're right. Okay, so
get her out of the frame. This is hot guy. This is hot guy fucks.
Yeah, hot guy fucks.
Let this hot guy fuck.
Ugh. God, is that a painted nail? All you see is like one painted nail in the frame.
Yeah. Little French manicure.
Yeah. He's like the guy behind the camera is like, ugh, gross.
That's funny.
So with your high heels on, I bet that's something for somebody.
Yes, but so yeah, if you want the want the personalized headshot, you can actually mail to patreon.com/Brian McCarthy. Become a member. Send us a DM. I know the DMs they rearranged Patreon.
I know.
So DMs it's tricky to find. What you can do is just leave a comment and just be like, hey, I want it, because it's easy to leave a comment. Say, I want one. Where do I leave my thing? And I'll send you a DM on there. I've done that a few times because it is like, depending on if you're not at a desktop, it's kind of a weird.
Okay. One way or another, if you get us your address and just notify you that in some capacity you sent us your address, we will get to it. They're going to start going out this weekend. If you get your photograph and you take a picture of yourself with it, or maybe you put your dick through it, like where my mouth is going to be for fun.
Sure.
Or you don't want to be on the picture, put your hand or something. It'd be funny just to see if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, then don't do that.
Discount code Hot Guys Fuck. You get 20% off Hot Guys Fuck.
We have promo code Hot Guys Fuck forever, but you have to spell out for, but it's for like you're shooting a golf ball. Okay. FORE, a very complicated promo code.
Love it.
Yeah. So anyway, and then so that's on all the socials. Brian M Show on Threads, on TikTok, on Instagram. And then obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, we make these shorts. If you could share the shorts, like the shorts. And one more thing, and I'll shut up. Adam created 2 playlists. One is with guests. One is with no guests. All you have to do is go on your desktop and click on it, and it'll just play. You don't have to watch them. You don't have to do anything other than just play. And it's free. And it really helps us out with our watch hours. And we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We're getting close.
So we'll get the super chats going. People have been asking about the super chat.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's it. So thank you. And now let's say hi to everybody.
Yeah. From the top, our boy Ted, always the first.
Hi, Ted.
Who's the first one here?
Nice to hear from you, buddy.
Front row. Hi to Smokey the Spurg. Says hi, Adam and Brian.
Hi, buddy.
Chris says, send Brian the MLC link. People
Oh my God.
getting the feeling people want you on MLC.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm done. I mean,
Now
I'm not
it's just
done.
become funny.
Yeah, at
That's
this
simple.
point,
It'll happen when it happens.
I'm happy. I'm
Just
ready
let
to
it
do
happen.
it.
Lay back and let it happen.
That's
folks.
I've been on my belly on the bed
Right.
biting a pillow now for a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
months. So it's on.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know, we've been having a lot of fun. So I think it would be good to have you on.
Do you mention me on MLC? No.
Yeah, people say in the chat.
But the people
too.
do, but not like Kevin.
The people. Well, and then you come up. I mention you when things come up,
Okay.
and
God.
Yeah.
I sound like
you come up all the time.
I sound like the divorced dad, like getting you. I'm apologizing.
Well, all the people, you know, the Lennys and the Jimmy Martinez's and all that, like they come up. So obviously you're gonna come up.
I'm like, I picked you up late.
lower.
I picked you up late from soccer practice. I'm like, yeah. So how's your mom doing? She's still.
It's got. Remember, for a while, it really was a vibe like that, where I would like see you on the weekends, and it was very.
Hey, listen, I understand.
We worked from a broken home.
My therapist thanks you. He bought a new sailboat.
Yes,
Dr. Jamie. Dr. Jamie, he did it again.
Dr. Jamie's dinghy.
Brian, he's not your friend. It's a job. I don't have any friends. He is my type of friend.
That was Chris Mack that said that. Hi to Dr. Chow, the Mega G.
What's up?
He
Dr.
says,
Chow?
"Where's Eddie Ift?"
Holy shit! Well, that's a deep cut.
Maybe we send Eddie Ift the link and just zoom him in sometime for fun.
He's another one because he wants me to do talking shit, and I'm like, I'll do
it.
it.
Still do talking shit?
He does it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's not doing it from a bus anymore, is he? The Bengal bus.
Wow, you're good.
Yeah, deep cut like a Eddie Ift.
You really
historian.
are. Yeah, you really are.
I don't think I ever watched or listened to the show, but
that'd be a lonely convention to go to.
Could just be a flat brimmed hat.
Oh my God. I know. I give him such balls with that fucking stupid hat. Because if you're 50 and you have hair, just celebrate the hair. Why wear a big flat hat looking like you were like working a taco truck in Oxnard or something?
Yeah.
No, as far as I know, just to answer your question from this over here, he has some sort of space in Malibu because he lives Malibu adjacent. Let's be honest, Eddie. It's not really Malibu, but he's Malibu adjacent, but he admits that, which is fine. It's who cares? Okay. It's fine. But and he does the show, and I think he still does it with the guy, I forget his name, the fat guy that lived in a house with no door. And that's
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
fat guy that lived in a house with no door.
Jason Auger. Jason Auger. That's his name.
Wow.
Yes.
This I may need to look into. Does it with Jason,
and he still has on like cavalcade of people. So hi.
Okay, I got to check out talking shit. I didn't know that was still happening.
I'll tell Eddie you said hello.
Yeah,
we talked.
That's from Dr. Chow, the Mega G.
What's up, Dr.
Dr. Spurgenberg. There's two, and he said there's two doctors.
I guarantee they both went to school in the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
I ever tell you, like, my primary care physician, I was talking to him and I was like, hey, where'd you go to medical school? And he goes, the Dominican Republic. I was like, oh,
doesn't exactly.
No wonder you keep calling my elbow my knee.
Confidence.
Yeah. Como se llama AIDS? La sida.
Yes. See, Ted says grooming you. What were you, a horse or something?
You fucking unstable. Go ahead.
Stable fee.
Yeah, you're nagging me now. Fee? You're nagging me. You Philly.
Let's see who else says things. Tanktastic. Look at the smile on Adam. Happiest week he gets when he does an actual show and not a Zoom Twitch program.
Yeah,
I like that he called it a program. That's why I read it. So hi to Tio Hank. Hi to Matthew Dillon.
Hi Matthew. Hi Tio.
Hi to Nick. Our boy Nick.
There he is.
Nick says, I was on the swim team in 9th grade. My coach wasn't gay, but he was fat.
Yeah, well, he's probably that's what we call eating your feelings.
All right.
He's like, if I'm not going to fuck these kids, I'm going to eat what I want.
Paul, who is actually also Ted, says, boobs for life.
Yeah.
He's a tit guy.
Yeah, English guys like big
boy
tits.
Ted. Yeah.
Hello, blimey. A nice set of balloons.
Chris says the evolutionary data as to why women are more prone. There's evolutionary data as to why women are more prone to bisexuality. That's interesting. I'd like to see a presentation on that. Maybe I find a TED talk.
Ted, would you mind talking about it?
Hey, fucking Ted.
Well, I will say, as a creationist, I believe that Jesus rode around on a dinosaur. So I don't know about this evolution stuff.
Yeah,
you sound a little woke to me. Triggered.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Julian says, Adam, go on, bro, please. I don't know what that means.
I
Was
don't
I?
know.
And he also
means-
says, shout out, boys.
What's up,
I
buddy?
don't know what that means. Was
Oh,
I?
hello back.
Oh, he says, shout out to Ms. Yummy. That's my favorite. It's my favorite porn girl.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's an OnlyFans.
Reach out. Yeah. Somebody reach out and see if you can try to.
Hey, let's Google search hot guys
win a
fucking
date.
Miss Yummy.
Yeah. Win a date with Ms. Yummy.
I'm guessing she's African American.
She is.
Yeah. I wonder if she was on Hot Guy. She's like, wait, y'all seem gay to me. I'm doing this.
She would.
Yeah.
She would
What
be
the
like,
fuck?
But she's very sweet. She's from Chicago.
Okay. Hey, why don't you come over here and show my fat ass? You're too busy shooting a guy over there into sex.
But she's Vegas. She's based in Vegas now.
Oh wow, this girl's got.
Yeah.
She's like a whore for you for life.
Yeah, and I'm like Yummopedia here. Like I know fucking everything about.
You're like, I wonder. She's like, because of my ankle bracelet, I can't get within 300 yards of her.
Mm-hmm.
You pick her kids up from school because her father isn't. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
you know who is Sarah J's friends with Miss Yummy?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I was trying to like shake her down for info about her, but I didn't get very far.
Yeah. You're like, you ever like have one of her used tampons and mail it to me as a joke, as a funny joke?
Wouldn't that be weird?
It'd be so funny.
Would that be weird if she added that tier on her OnlyFans?
Yeah, it'd be so funny if I could like lick her ass with my tongue and lick her poop out of her butt crack.
Oh, God.
All sweaty poop.
Okay, Chris Mike says women are more prone to bisexuality because they used to live in harems around a high status male.
That doesn't sound evolutionary to me, but I'll go with it. Sure. I just think it's easier. Look, all I can tell you is I think.
Oh, he said there. I left evolution out of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Chris, I agree with what you're saying.
This guy's got the information. That's very interesting, though. I wonder.
Well, the only boys' harem I can think of is the Catholic Church. Ooh, edgy. Wow.
Got him.
By the way, if no one's watching it, I know I've mentioned it, but that 8-part
I still got to see it.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. I didn't have time last weekend. This weekend,
it's really good.
It's a series.
Yes, Midnight Mass. And then also just to do TV, and then we'll get out of here. But I don't know if anybody, I know you don't really like The Walking Dead, and I haven't
gotten into it.
No,
but I may.
Oh my God, there's too much now. It's too much now. It's like starting to watch the Marvel universe and starting with the first Iron Man. You're like, I guess that's my 40s for me, right?
Yes.
But I will say they brought it back where Rick and Michonne. I know that's a deep cut, but one of my doormen, and we talk about TV all the time, and he was like, "Oh, just watch it." Second episode, there's a gay dwarf. There's a post-apocalyptic gay dwarf. I was like, all right, I'm in. I'm back. He's like, oh, here come he's like a wisecracking gay dwarf. I'm like, is this for real? He's like, here come these dead freaks.
Stop.
Let's all get in the.
Wow, you just
hide in the barn.
You just provided me with something I didn't even know I needed.
Yep. See, that's what I'm saying.
But now can't live without.
Yeah, but just don't start with Walking Dead. Start with something. The ones we left behind are the ones we left behind. It's like the new AMC thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna look for the gay dwarf supercut on YouTube because that's
get right in there.
Just the dwarf.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so tired of running from these undead creatures. Saints be praised. Stupid. I know. I'm so small they don't see me down there running around. But if they fall, they'll eat my brains. Yeah. But Midnight Mass without reservation, I recommend it. And I don't know if they have Netflix in England. I know Ted just got.
I think they might. I think they do. I think they might.
Ted's like, God damn, of course you have Netflix in England, but
it's called like Jolly Good.
Yeah, but right.
Jolly Good Flicks.
Are we bid at BBC everything?
Right.
I'm on the BBC every.
Yeah, it's BBC. BBC and chill over there.
Yeah, BBC. Big black cock and chill. Sounds good to me. Woo! All right. Listen, free show. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
Sign up. Patreon.com/Brian McCarthy.
Because we're about to pop over to Patreon, and that's where we fucking blow each other.
Yeah. I got a porn pick for you.
Oh, good. ASMR blowjobs. Oh my God. One of my kids was playing me an ASMR video of somebody eating. Speaking of throwing up, I wanted to fucking.
Disgusting.
It's so gross. It was like this little skinny Korean girl working her way through a bunch of Arby's roast beef sandwiches. I wanted to fucking kill myself. She's like,
still more jackable than hot guys fuck though.
I don't know. But yeah,
Potato.
it's so funny because when you watch it, you're like, something is wrong with this picture. You're like, why is the camera on this guy? It just felt gay.
Yeah,
like,
I'm with you.
No,
and then you're like, and a lot of times you're already kind of mid.
Oh yeah, you're
act,
yeah,
right?
I'm in the rabbit hole.
So then you got to really pivot and
Jeremy pivot
and take a Silkwood shower.
Yeah, watching that, it's gay porn with training wheels.
Yeah,
no good. All right, everybody, have a great weekend.
Folks.
We'll be back next week, and thank you for everything. See you later.